Welcome to Hookup Baits Fishing. Join me in sharing the stoke of catching while learning how to use the versatile and very effective hookup baits on everything that swims.
This speed all day long, 4 miles an hour. You can do 4 miles an hour, miles. When you go 4.5, 5 miles an hour, you only can do that in spurts. Five miles an hour. Burn, baby, burn!
One of these packed on the trip already.
Nice.
A new one, still from the team.
Cool.
Yeah, that's great. Awesome.
Yeah, he just piled it all in. I don't know,
Hobie sweater.
if this was the kit or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, because we used to get every year
Yeah.
a team kit. Exactly. Oh, perfect.
Got me some trousers? No, those aren't trousers.
That's a jacket. That's a
I like that.
There you go.
Yeah, thanks for the hookup, Ron. All right, we're here with Chris, Ron Lane. We're at Fast Lane right now, here in Mission Bay, San Diego. Got the kayaks loaded. We're about to hit the road tomorrow morning. Gonna finish loading up tonight, but we're here to pick up the rest of our stuff, our Hobie gear, and to thank Ron.
You know, the way this thing started, I'm just sorry I can't go.
Right?
Chad comes to me and says, "Hey, I really need a fast kayak because I'm going down to this tournament, and the tournament's the Pan Am Games."
It's the Pan Am Games, and we are on Team USA, representing USA. So
I love this whole thing. This adventure sounded like just perfect.
Yeah.
And so I started making some calls. You know, I mean, Chad's very generous with his time, his hookup baits. He's always helping, you know, make it more fun to go to tournaments, make it more fun to be involved. So
Exactly.
I wanted to help him with a fast kayak. And this new Hobie Lynx,
Oh, that thing.
45 pounds, easy to car top, easy to fish, and it fishes really stable. So it's like a little boat that's big and fast.
Absolutely.
So when you
And,
can get on fish.
Yeah. And so when I came for that request, a fast, stable kayak, and he said the Lynx, and at first I'm like, there ain't much to it. You know, I'm used to the pro angler, and I went and gave it a spin. First thing I did, I paddled out, stood up, made a dozen casts, and I'm like, all right.
This'll work.
Yeah, it's super stable, and then paddling it is just, I started training. I have a motor on my tournament kayak, so I've had a motorized kayak for the last 3 years, so not a whole lot of paddling going on with these legs. And so I started a training regimen for the last month, trying to get out at least 4 days a week to get the legs trained up, and I'm using my Navionics and seeing how long I can maintain 4 miles an hour. And I can maintain a 4 miles an hour for over a mile now on this kayak.
Wow,
So
that's huge.
And where when I was doing it with my Outback, my Pro Angler, you only can do 4 miles an hour for about 200 yards.
You got a lot more mass.
Yeah.
And it's not as nimble.
Yeah.
I mean, this thing turns
and it
on
turns
a
on a dime and stuff. So yeah, I'm very impressed with these Lynx kayaks. I'll be getting one for myself for sure. So to me, it's the ultimate paddle kayak, the Hobie Lynx. So you nailed it on the head with the perfect kayak for this trip, for this tournament.
Well,
You nailed it.
Pro Angler and inflatable, right?
Right, exactly. So
Yeah, you came from
and
inflatable.
I feel like this is kind of the hard version of the iTrek, which Ron also sells. Super popular boat. I love it. It's easy to move around, quick, nimble, but it's also packable. So you can take it to the Sierras, you can take it to the beach, you can take it to the lake, take it to the river, splash it anywhere you want
and
to
it's
go.
inside your car. Nobody,
Exactly.
it's not on top. I mean, you guys are looking a little bit like a Hobie billboard here. I
Thank
kind of
you.
like that.
Yeah.
I kind of like that.
Yeah, and then the rack worked out pretty awesome. The kayaks look super cool on it. So.
They're easy to put on the rack. I mean,
Oh my gosh!
literally one person can get them up here.
The first time
Yeah.
I did, I loaded the kayak on there by myself. So
We've had clinics out here, cart topping, and my daughter and my wife who work with me, they'll put the kayaks on the car by themselves, stack them too, and I go, that sells boats.
Yeah.
If you can do it
Yeah,
by
too.
yourself,
Yeah.
make it
Exactly.
easy, it's more fun.
I literally just picked it up like this and above my head, set it on the rack. I mean, it was pretty
And
awesome.
then if you need to store it somewhere in your garage, in your apartment, you can actually move it around.
yeah, you can carry it up some stairs,
Yeah,
no problem.
with a pro angler, a set of wheels, you can get it around, but you're
Yeah.
not picking it up, over your head.
Yeah, we went from a small boat to actually
Right.
really light.
And they're
Platform.
both great.
They're both great
platforms.
things. Yeah,
They're just,
it just matters of what you're wanting to
Exactly.
do with them. Exactly.
everybody needs to have both.
Exactly.
yeah.
You do need both.
Yeah.
At the point of your arsenal or your golf bag full
Your
of different
quiver, right?
That's better.
It's like surfing.
Yeah, you got your quiver now. But at that point, this lightness and then the pro angler, you've got it covered. But in this particular situation, you wanted speed.
Yeah.
I think this with turbo fins is the fastest kayak we've got.
Oh, by far.
And like you said, you can sustain that speed.
Yeah, what I
longer.
noticed when you're doing a sprint, it's only like a mile and a half hour faster, but you're able to sustain a faster 1 mile an hour for miles longer. That's the thing. It's
And
like
when there's yellowtail breaking
Yeah.
service, first guy there gets them.
exactly. That's the with my regular tournament fishing, I got a fast boat because that's an advantage. Having a fast
It is,
boat,
yep.
getting to the spots fast, and having longer fishing time, all those little advantages. So I was like, as soon as I thought about this tournament, I'm like, I need a fast kayak.
And in this tournament, this particular venue too, we're competing against 3, 4, 5, 6 other countries. Again, getting there first, seeing those breezing yellowtail.
Yeah.
The first ones to the spot to get a bait out, or they're the ones that are going to get bit.
Right.
Yeah.
That's going to be a huge advantage.
Yeah. So.
Well, I'm excited for you guys,
Oh,
and
we're so
I
excited.
think the trip down ought to be a blast.
Yeah,
And then
well-
after
well-
the trip, what are you guys doing then?
Yeah,
That's
it
when the trip
vacation?
really
the
starts.
tournament is just
Yeah.
part of it.
Right.
From there, the tournament's in La Paz, Mexico. We're leaving early tomorrow morning, driving straight down there, and then we're pre-fishing all week. Then the tournament's next weekend. But then after the tournament, we're going to Mag Bay, fishing Mag Bay for
man.
multiple days, and we have a ponga set up there to take us out to where we need to be,
As
drop
a
us off,
mothership.
and
Yep.
mothership us
Right.
to where we need to be if we have to. And so we're going to do a couple days in Mag Bay. Then also, then we're going to Laredo. Also, I have a guy there with a ponga that offered to take us out to the islands if we want and stuff there. And then from there, we're going up to LA Bay, and we're going to be fishing with Bill Boyce, our buddy. Just happens to be at his house there in LA Bay when we're going to be there. So we're going to, I don't know, we might be out of the kayak when we do with Boyce or not. I don't know.
Or we can have him tow us out to the islands
Exactly, yeah.
again. He can,
Well,
We might be-
I just
we might
told
be
you,
over
you
the
could just
kayak by then.
stack them like surfboards and
Yeah,
other
and
shit.
then go.
Yeah, exactly. So
the trip's going to be amazing. I've been going to Baja for over 3 decades. It's literally my favorite place on the planet. And I can't
I've
wait
never
to go
been
with
there.
Chad. Yeah,
I've
can't
never
wait.
been there.
I had a whole list of places I wanted to show Chad that we're just going to have to push to the next
yeah,
trip.
yeah,
But-
yep.
Oh, I think the insurance is still good.
Yeah,
That's
that's what
exactly-
I'm
yeah,
saying.
that's
The
right.
insurance goes for a year. We got to use it.
So before you guys take off, I wanted to thank Yak
Yak
Attack
Attack.
for helping us out here. They
So
made sure that we
these
got
boxes
the right
we
gear.
got just for this trip. We got 2 16x16s, a 13x13, the Yak Attack net, and then of course and then I got a short stack up there, and then we have all the rod holders,
rod
and
holders, the accessories.
the fish finder mounts. Everything's Yak Attack and Hobie, pretty much the whole
It's all
thing.
part of the puzzle, and it all makes it easier.
Oh yeah,
And I gotta
gear.
say something. They make it easier on me because they have the right stuff. And whenever I outfit guys to go the Baja or go somewhere, I feel like we're doing the right thing.
Right.
yeah,
And I really appreciate their help on this.
Yeah.
And we really appreciate all your support.
Yeah.
I mean, we're so stoked to
I
have
gotta
the
live
boats.
vicariously through you guys. I should be on this trip.
You could be.
yeah.
You have till tomorrow morning to pack.
Yeah, we feel like we're showing up to the show with the best gear and with the best baits, and so we're already feeling pretty confident on getting that going.
Well, and that's a huge advantage. Last year when we were in Costa Rica, we used boats that were loaned to us, and I had nothing but mechanical problems.
Right.
And so now, not only they're our boats, they're solid manufacturers, the best of the best, and now I mean, the rest of the team does not have this advantage. We're the only ones
Yeah.
showing up with
Yeah.
our own boat.
We're in a race with the
And you're
we're in
also
Ferraris,
ready
they're in
for it
regular
because
cars.
you took the time to pre-fish and you took the time to exercise,
train, yeah.
and gear matters.
Yeah.
That's sort of the
Always.
Salty Crew new thing is
Gear matters.
Gear matters.
Yeah.
And gear's fun.
yeah.
The right gear's
I have a
fun.
lot of gear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
thanks you guys. And I
thank
want
you,
to
Ryan.
Thank
Thank
you
you very
Ryan.
much.
congratulate you for being picked, and I'm excited that you
Yeah,
get to go.
We're super
we'll make
excited.
you and
Yeah.
Fastlane proud.
That's right.
It's an
Yes.
awesome video and bring home the gold. Hopefully,
right.
We're gonna try our best.
Not hopefully.
Yeah.
We're bringing home.
We're
the
bringing
gold.
home the gold. Rig going to Mexico.
How to get what the advertisers need. They put things and it's a mess out on the
And I see, and that's the stuff I notice. I'm like,
Well, but we're still
they're standing in front.
yeah.
It looks like we're getting ready.
Alrighty, we're all loaded up, locked and loaded. Good thing we bought a rack for the kayaks because it would have never fit with the kayaks in the
That was a solid idea.
bed of the truck. We're packed. Whole truck bed and the whole back seat of the cab. This is just packed.
Baja or bust. Yeah.
Well, you're gonna fish for 20 days.
You gotta have stuff.
You gotta have stuff.
I like stuff. Stuff's fun.
And we're bringing a bunch of stuff down from that was delivered for the team. So that took up some room from Rapala. Thank you, Rapala.
Thank you, Yak Attack.
Yak Attack. So we got team stuff
Yeah.
and
Thank you,
our
Hobie.
stuff.
Thank you, Ron Lane.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's totally stoked us out.
Yeah. We'll make them all proud. Absolutely. It's going to be a good time. Leaving early AM. See you guys on the road.
I think they already had some. That's what I was looking for last night. I might do one. Yeah. Maybe we'll get some more lifestyle. Ron was really about to get a lot of the lifestyle stuff too.
Looks pretty cool.
Loaded down. Probably got to get my keys if we want to leave.
Yeah, or not.
Try this again. Hey.
Got the extra key.
Rods, yak attacks, baits, reels. I think we're good to go. Well, we made it to San Felipe. First thing you gotta do when you're in Mexico is have tacos, right? Yeah, they're having a parade here Saturday, and it's a Saturday day, so they're having a parade, so traffic's a little heavy, so we stopped and had some tacos. So far, so good, though. Alrighty, here we are at first
camp spot.
Laguna Manuela.
Laguna Manuela. Beautiful spot.
Look at that little peeler coming in. Longboard that.
Yeah. Well, the big lagoon over there. Yeah, I guess if you're out around this corner here, you could see Cedro's Island right out that way. Here just before, right at sunset. Make camp, sleep here tonight, and continue on our way to La Paz. The kayaks rode perfectly fine. It was heavy winds too, coming through the desert today. They didn't move a bit. Learn one thing though. You got to take these handles off, the back handles off, and did that with the front handles. Put the cord around them. They sit there and just make a ton of noise and stuff in the wind. So traveling, take the handles off the Hobie links. Be a lot quieter. All right, on our way to Laredo. Getting there. Just decided to stop and stretch our legs. We just found a beautiful place to stop. Check that view out. Pretty cool. This looks like an awesome kayak spot right there. People camp down on the beach and a bunch of little islands. Just taking photos. Something I noticed when I got out of the truck. It's kind of crazy. A pile of shells. Wild. Getting there. All right, here we are, the tournament location. Pulled up and looked like some little jacks breaking right on the beach. They were moving fast and took off before we had a chance at them. Unload the kayaks and get after it. The wind's supposed to come up, so try to get as much fishing time we can before it starts blowing. I am seeing some action out there too. I don't know if they're those stingrays or actually fish we want. Chris is still trying to reel those jacks. I just saw a fish boil out behind that bird behind him. So there's definitely some fish around here. Let's see what we can do. Unload the Hobies and have at it. Alright, I got the first points fish. This is the lowest point value, but I got 2 trumpet fish too, but I don't think the trumpet fish count. Got me a needle fish. Tried to bite me. A 1/4 ounce hookup bait. Sardine green. Look at those chompers. Yeah, I gotta say the trumpet fish were more slimy. we're just getting into the area where it looks fishy, so see what happens. Chris is on. Yeah, that looks like it's pulling decent. Really sturdy links. What size bait is that one? The 3/8 bullet one? Okay, so probably 5/8. Oh yeah.
That's a real fish.
Yeah.
Well, on this rod.
Yeah, we're fishing light rods to start off with.
Meter.
Trigger.
Fucking trigger.
Big ass trigger, but it's a trigger.
Big high plate.
Nice. Chris is taking the sleigh ride.
Sleigh ride?
Yeah, he's taking you.
You had to catch up to me, didn't you?
Which one is that on?
5/8.
5/8.
5/8 sardine.
In Mexico, it's sardina.
Sardine?
That would be teaching you Mexican.
Is that like cabrilla?
Yeah.
Give me a cabrilla. A sardine.
See it, huh? Oh yeah. That's nice. It's a take. Oh, fuck. God damn it. Just out of reach.
Just out of reach.
There you go.
Look at that, baby.
Look at that. Phew. Let me see his mouth. There Look at that. Sardine green 5/8 hookup bait. Right.
Hey, buddy.
He's ready. Dang it.
Oh, no.
When I went to stop reeling to turn the camera on,
Yeah,
it came off. Dang it.
of course it did.
Ah. See, lose fish for being a cameraman. Damn it. It hit me on the drop. I had him. Felt nice. Stopped reeling just for a second to turn the camera on. And I felt the head shake, and he was gone. Dang it. Big old trigger. That's the problem though. This is what they do to your baits. Got a snapper. Beautiful fish. Woo. Got that sexy smelt. Got another needlefish. Hooked him right by. Got a good look at it, huh? Chris is on again. Look at that. What the heck? Tuna?
Thought it was a tuna. It's a freaking monster squid.
It is big.
He's a pig.
The little 5/8 again.
Yeah. Well, I just switched. I was fishing a 1 ounce and 1.5. I never got bite. First drop on this. He ate it. Like, really?
Well, all your big fish have been on the 5/8.
Yeah.
Seems to be the one, huh?
Yeah. That thing.
Jumbo. Jumbo bullet. Got a biter. Heaviest one I've caught today. I really feel like a yellowtail though. It feels like it's heavy, but it's different. Right here, it's 2. Whatever it is. Damn.
Oh. Monster Fargo, and what's the other one?
I have no idea.
That's a beautiful Fargo. Yeah, buddy.
Look at that. Phew. On the midnight. 5/8. 5/8.
I gotta mark that spot.
is.
Oh, it's up. I think it's about a porgy.
You're a cool looking fish. 3/8 ice. Here we are, day 2. Oh, well, day 2 of fishing. Day 3. Being here at the PAZ, we got full on blown out yesterday. High winds. Couldn't get out here. Today, we got Mikey from Florida fishing with us. There's his rig. Sun's just coming up. Got a little bit of waves, chop left over from yesterday. I guess the winds are just offshore today, so it's windy out there. It's doable in here. The rest of the team was way down the beach down there working on launching. We went a little bit south and checked a point we didn't get to fish the other day. See how it goes. Here goes Chris launching through the gauntlet surf. Looks like he got a nice little lull. He got out no problem. Got calm for him. Cool. We're out here. Oh, that's decent. Hey, Chris. I'm bent. Pargo. These are handy for these guys. They're a little too big to lift. There ain't really nowhere good to grab them. Go. Nice. Ate the rainbow trout. I heard they stock trout here lately. So I threw the rainbow trout on. Just kidding, obviously. But the rainbow trout's always a solid color in saltwater too for some reason. Very nice. Ha! Trigger. He didn't really tear the bait up too much either. He grabbed the hook. These are the only problem down here in Baja fishing the hookup baits. Are these guys. Yeah, they usually bite everything but the hook on the baits. This guy wasn't as smart. And he ate the watermelon jack. These things got teeth that will take your finger off, so you gotta be a little bit careful. There you go, came right out. Trigger. Jesus Christ. God damn it. That was a needlefish. He was going crazy coming at me.
So I just turned my camera on looping because the last needlefish I just hooked a couple minutes ago, hooked him way out. He jumped and then he came right at me. And as I was reeling, then right at the kayak, he jumped out of the water. He hit me in the chest, fell on the deck, flipped around, came unhooked, and went back in the water. And I didn't have my camera on, so I'm on looping now. And I just had that needlefish hit again. And he was just going nuts and then came off. another needlefish. 5/8 midnight. Jeez. He's all tangled up on the nose. Things are kind of a pain in the butt because of that beak of theirs. Well, I just had a big yellow. Had him hooked for a little bit. Ended up breaking me off, so I was on 25 pound. I'm going to 40 pound now. Alright, today I broke off a big Sierra and now a big yellowtail, so, and actually another fish that took me into the rocks. I think a grouper. So, let's see, 40 pound does the trick. I'm sick of breaking fish off. Got something. It's a snapper. Yeah. Big trigger fish. Ah! Biting my kayak. Don't bite my kayak.
Okay, well, if you want to change them, you look at the,
That's a big. Oh. Got something here. Seen some structure. 160 feet. Dropped down, got bit as soon as I got there. See what it is.
Pretty good circling out here. They ain't fine fishing, circling like that easy, so just waiting for something to push them up. That thing starts diving.
I'll be goddamn.
And either dolphin
Look at this.
or tuna mahi billfish pushing
My
by.
first Mexican spotted bay bass, and I caught that thing at 160 feet. What in the world? Look at that, it's a full-on spotty. I caught him out in the open ocean in 160 feet of water. In California, we catch these in the bays, and usually less than 40 feet of water. Got another spotty. As soon as I got down there, they're loaded down there. How's that? You never got a spotty with the stomach coming out like that, even at 70 feet in San Diego Bay.
I believe how much more flow there is out here 40 years ago. I think this is from the wind, or we'll get in here.
Found a little reef, but it's as soon as it gets to the bottom, it's on. This one feels a little bit better actually now.
While you're reeling in, like a gangster. The cowboy hat on, baby. Cigarettes are making it come up.
Double. Hey, Chris. That's crazy that these are the same species.
I need to get a second per kilo process for free fishing. I don't want to fish.
The same fish that are in San Diego Bay. I'm catching them here in 160 feet of water. 4 and 3 drops. Cool.
Made it. Oh fuck, came off.
Uh-oh, something just grabbed me big. Come here. Come here.
Yeah, where's the grouper that wants to eat him? Fuck, that's
Hey, he ate it. They got the big one again. Nice body, huh?
That's a tanker. Look at the belly of it. Picture of it, though.
Yeah. Probably another shark. Alright. Oh, it was a shark. He broke 40 pound. Pretty easy, and he bit it, I'm sure. Rolled up in it. A lot of sharks out here. A lot of sharks. And they are loving the hookup bait. Wow, out there a long ways. I dropped it all the way to Baja. It was 250 feet. I wanted to see what was down at the bottom and then just started paddling from there. Oh man, it took my whole double rig. Dang it.
After you guys last time, was maybe having an issue with the drive or something? I was trying to get on the radio and see all good. Try that that you were.
See that stud yellow? Here's what came on.
I don't know if I can get it out.
You wish someone could see it. I can see it.
Yeah.
I can see it. Yeah, that's a
First
tank.
fish on the hookup baits. Not about to start.
Yeah, Mr. Robert Fields.
You got this.
Yeah, I'm trolling across your bow there.
I got myself as a shirt. It really is. It actually is nice. Yeah, don't do this sideways for YouTube. I need it. Yeah, it's great. And basically, yellowtail, if you ever had at a sushi restaurant, they call it hamachi. It's fantastic. One of the best eating fish. I've caught them in New Zealand and California and now Mexico. And they're great sashimi. I don't think we're going to do that with this guy.
All right, here we are. Day 3 of pre-fishing for me and Chris. So there's been some changes to the tournament because high winds coming over the weekend. The tournament's originally was supposed to be Saturday and Sunday, but the port captain closed fishing down for Saturday and Sunday because of high winds. So for people to have flights on Monday,
they are fishing today, Thursday. And then everybody fishes Friday. And then no one's fishing Saturday, Sunday. And then people that can stay, which is about half the field, is fishing Monday. So, or we're on a 20-something day trip, so we can stay. So we're fishing Monday, which is actually the best weather day too. So, so we get an extra one more day of pre-fishing since high winds made it so we couldn't pre-fish the other day too. So change of plans. We're going straight out this time, and then heading north, where we went north the first time, south the second time, and now we're going straight out. We'll have all the area covered, so we'll see how it goes. All right, well, 2 casts in a row. Got one of these guys. Not sure what it is. Pretty little guy. We'll have to see if it's scoreable. Look at that red cat. All good?
Yeah. That's a good one.
You got enough?
Yeah.
They look good?
Trying to get the release?
I still got my GoPro running.
Okay.
One more.
Yep. Beauty. 35?
Yeah, I would say probably 30, 35. I learned this releasing big trout.
Backwards?
Just put them on the hook, on the gripper, and go backwards. Give me one kick. Let me know you're ready, bud. I'll send you on your way. He's a tired fish. Oh, there he goes. He's kicking now. Yeah, buddy. Yellowtail. Yeah, buddy. Dang, you choked. There it is. 1.5. Watermelon jack. What's up, brother?
Doing good, man.
Doing good.
Grateful to be here.
We're ready to go. Here we go. Pan Am Kayak Saltwater Fishing Championship, PAZ. Get ready to go here. It's almost takeoff time.
Oh, there's the famous Robert Fields doing the same thing I am doing right now.
Are really going to, count towards the finish. Top 3 from each team across 2 days.
Robert.
That's how we get the team score. Follow me right now. Good. Ready?
Apple power.
Yeah, I just had mine. You ready, brother?
Yeah, brother. Whack 'em.
I got my lucky nuts.
Hey!
I always win. I get my nut mix.
Those are the sweet ones.
Yeah.
If that's a lucky nut, I better put one in my mouth.
Team Guam there. Pretty cool. Team Mexico.
One picture, please. Qué guapo ustedes. Otra. El tipo más guapo del torneo. Listo. 1, 2, 3. Dale. Thanks.
On the hookup bait?
I crossed a little bit of it, then I kind of went in and did some trolling, and then I went back to it just now.
And you're bent. Boogie is bent. You get him down deep with it, or you let it sink out a little bit?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I threw it out. I've been throwing it out and reeling it back slow.
Yeah.
And he told me she caught hers, threw it out, slow, stop, slow, stop. That's exactly what I just did.
Okay. So she got hers on the hookup bait too, huh?
Yeah.
The only 2 yellowtail caught today. Both on hookup baits. Imagine that.
Man, this is gonna be it. This is the buzzer. It had to be.
I don't know.
Slowest fucking day.
I couldn't find one today, that's for sure. They seemed they were out deeper. I fished up where I got mine.
I don't remember these guys doing some of the head shakes.
Yellowtail do head shakes, that's for sure. Yeah. Oh, what the heck? Oh, the bonita.
Oh, nice one.
Big old bonita.
I need the fucking yellowtail.
I would take one of those too. Big bonita.
That was a yellowtail. I was going, it's a lot of head shaking going on there, sir.
On the watermelon jack. That was the trick of recording the land and everything, keeping them hooked. Boogie got a skipjack.
Okay.
Buenos dias. I'm learning Spanish. I'm in Mexico. Anyways, so it's Sunday, and we're in the middle of the tournament, so there's been a lot happening. So I'm gonna use this opportunity. We got a 2-hour drive. We're going fishing 2 hours north of the PAZ, trying to find a spot that's out of the wind. So
give you an update. I haven't been doing too good on the videos of getting coverage of the tournament and stuff, so we'll do a little update here. So because of the high winds, they made it so people fish Thursday, Friday, or Friday, Monday. We chose the Friday, Monday, so we fish that's day 2 of the tournament tomorrow. So that's where we're at on that. Then we had the opening ceremony dinner. Then they made a big barbecue last night. I basically sat and ate all day yesterday. Ate so much food. At the hotel, nice hotel there here in the city of La Paz now, not the outskirts where we've been staying. So the tournament day, so hard to even talk about. Oh, Chris.
It hurts.
It does hurt.
So we're trying not to beat ourselves up too much.
Yeah, it's rough though.
We did not do well at all.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go over something, and I'll put these on the screen too. How this scores, or how the scoring works here. Okay, so this first one that will be on the screen. This was our first day here. And we have a little card with the numbers, the point value of each species, and then the bonus points of how many different species you get. And so it's pretty easy to add up what you get. So on what you're looking at here, the 1 and 1, that's other fish. That's like anything other than the fish that are on the card. So I got 2 of those. The 3s, that's 3 needlefish. A 5, that's a triggerfish. 7 was a Pacific bonita. 10, what was the 10? This is like 4 days.
Probably a snapper.
No, the snappers are 18. I got 2 of those. Or something other guy got that was a 10. Oh, Sierra. The 10 was a Sierra. And then because I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 species, you get bonus 40. So I came out at 109.
And again, this was a practice day.
That was the very first day we got here, yeah. And Chris that day, he got here's Chris's score for the first day of 1 trigger, a 9, he got a skipjack. I don't know, 7 was a skipjack. What was the 9? I don't know what the 9 was. But then you got the yellowtail plus 20 points, 76 points, was still good score. And let's see. And then day 2 was a little rougher day. That's the day we went south. And that's the scorecard here. 3 others, 3 needlefish, 3 triggerfish, and Pargo. Bonus point of 20. I got 65. So our worst day was 65. Me and you tied that day.
And that was a super lumpy day.
Yeah, that was really rough.
You had to punch through the beach break to get out to the water, and we traveled probably 2.5 times the distance that we did on day 1.
Going south was farther than going north to the next point. And that day I caught 5 yellowtail-sized sharks too. So,
which don't count.
Yeah, don't count as anything.
Sharks and rays do not count as points.
The hardest other to catch, you don't count as nothing. But I did hook a yellowtail that day, broke them off. Yeah, so I mean, still, our worst day, we got 65, right? Pre-fishing. And then it goes to the best day. Where did I put that? That was the day before the tournament.
Well, that was your best day, yeah. You
didn't
whacked them.
You didn't score too good. I mean, you still got around 50 something that day,
which is
right?
still higher than our team on day 1.
Yeah, and then with this day because half the team was fishing on this Thursday, and so we went an hour after the guys that were fishing the tournament, and then stayed away from them, and found some fish. And that's the day I got 3 others, 3 needlefish, 2 triggers, Pargo, another big Pargo, and then 2 yellowtail with bonus points of 30. and that was my 140 day, 140 points that day. So we did really well before the tournament, and even the Robert, the president, and Boogie and stuff were looking to us as, all right, make sure you're relaying information to the team. You guys are the ones that we're gonna follow. I mean, we by far did the best pre-fishing. the highest scores, got the most fish of anyone on the team. So we were like looking like the superstars, right? The ones that are gonna get it done. And then this is your why you're gonna stay.
Stay right.
So tournament day comes, I'm feeling confident, feeling good. We caught all our fish at 70's kind of been our magic zone. I caught my 2 yellowtail in 70. He hooked, the first day he hooked 2 yellowtail, he broke one off. That was 70. The big pargos were coming from 70. Robert caught a nice yellowtail when we went south on a hookup bait in 70. So I was like, 70 seems like a good number. And so we made a game plan of staying at 70 and just keep on casting. You know, and there's no structure to go to or nothing. It's just these fish are just roaming, following bait, or just roaming. And you just gotta be at the right depth that they are, and hopefully you come across them. Well, tournament day, they were not at 70.
Something happened.
Something happened overnight.
And the water temperature had been dropping.
Yeah,
so
it did drop a degree or two by tournament day than from the first day. So it seemed like the fish moved out deeper water, and so the people that fished out deep, 120 to 150, are the ones that caught the yellowtail and the bonita and the sierras and the fish. That's like all the fish move that way.
In fact, some of our team was fishing 180.
Yeah, 180. Yeah,
a whole different part of the water.
Yeah, so it's our, if everything stayed the same, we would have probably done really good. And it's like you would think the pargo and stuff sit on rocks and sit, but they seem to follow the bait and follow everything just like all the other fish do. It seems like if you're in fish, you're catching yellowtail, bonita, the needlefish, the triggerfish, all of it kind of follows each other. It just life follows life, I think, is how it's working. And there's no like rock or pinnacle you're gonna go park on and catch fish on. There's nothing out there like that. So there's no spot really, is what we're finding out. And we were just in the wrong zone,
but
wrong
not
area.
From a lack of trying.
Oh,
I mean, we moved.
We
all
fished so
day.
hard. Yeah.
We could not have fished harder.
No.
Or covered more water.
No, it's and another thing is the majority of all the fish that are being caught are on hookup baits. You know, the whole team has hookup baits. I think we counted it up after the first tournament day, or the second tournament day, I guess, after Friday, and the team's caught somewhere between 16 and 18 yellowtail as a team through pre-fishing and through the tournament. At least 10 of them, maybe a couple more, were caught on hookup baits. So the hookup baits are performing well down there, and then it's a lot of the triggers and everything else is coming on hookup baits also. It's basically the whole team's fishing 3 lures: hookup baits, the deep jigging lures, and then trolling a crate bait. That's about the 3 lures that everybody's using. And it seems the hookup baits is outperforming both of those pretty well for the whole team. So that's the good part of it. But the bad part of it, on tournament day, I got a whopping 10 points. Chris got a whopping 11 points. So, like a pre-fishing, worst day, 65 for both of us. Tournament day, 10 and 11 points. And the team highest point on value on our team was 53. So the highest points on our team right now is 53. So it's like, I mean, yeah, everybody had a hard day, but I mean, we're getting 65 to 140 like no problem all the other days. So it's bewildering us.
Basically, we tanked.
Yeah.
And if we only needed to make up the point value on our own team, we would not be as concerned.
Yeah.
But Team Mexico actually had
Yeah, they got first and second right now. They got two guys that got 103 and 105. They're two highest scores. And then, you know, we're middle of the pack somewhere. So I think we're 16th and 17th, me and Chris. So a lot of people did not even catch fish or got lower points to 10. You know, but then a lot of people were in that 40, 50 range. So yeah, we got a lot of fish to catch up, a lot of points to catch up on. We have to have a really good day. So today we're just gonna go out and fish and forget about that first day. And
It's gonna be difficult to forget about that.
and then go and give it hell, you know, tomorrow. So
yeah, today's a fun fishing day. It's gonna be unfishable at the tournament location, so we're running up the coast like Chad said earlier. But tomorrow is, I believe, if the forecast is consistent, will be the nicest day
since we've arrived. Yeah, it's supposed to be completely flat, calm tomorrow. So everywhere.
Hopefully, maybe that'll return some normalcy, or not. I guess we'll.
Yeah, from how it changed overnight.
Right.
From the best day to the worst day, it was like, it's pretty crazy how fast the ocean changes. So that's where we're at. And you know, and sorry I didn't get a lot of the yellowtail footage, Chris's or mine. I had my GoPro in the wrong setting. It's all dialed in now, so it should be good footage from here on. And you know, we still have a lot of trip left. We have Mag Bay after Tuesday. We're heading Mag Bay. That's gonna be another video, and then probably Laredo and LA Bay. Well, that'll be another video. So I'll probably break this whole trip up into 3 videos. This is gonna be the tournament video, Mag Bay video, Laredo, LA Bay video. So be watching for those too, and wish us luck on the last day of tournament tomorrow. Ships on shore. It's looking more doable here. The seas were pretty angry all the way up until we got to this place, so it's kind of working out as planned. A little pocket out of the wind. Story time. I almost died. For real, I almost died. So when we got here, looked out, said, oh, totally fishable. We got a point right here, right there. And it was windy outside, it was white capping outside, but not too much right here. Said, oh, that's totally doable. Chris had to go to the bathroom, and then the guy came up and was talking to him. I launched, I took off and went straight out here. And then I seen some birds diving about a half mile out, just on the edge of where the white caps were. So I went to them. I was like in 130 feet of water. Then all of a sudden, I felt the wind kick up a little bit. 3 big swells came that were really steep. I nosed my kayak into them, went over them. I'm like, man, I better get out of here. It's getting gnarly. And I was only out there for 10 minutes out in the big water. So right as I was turning my kayak around, another steep wave came, caught the back edge of my kayak, and just picked it up and dumped me over. Had my life jackets on, my life jacket puffed up, so that worked. But then had it on too loose, so it was like going over my head. I had a rod in my hand, so I kept a hold of that rod, and I had a rod in the side holder. When it flipped over, I felt the line with my foot, so I wrapped the line with my foot and brought it up, and then grabbed the rod, and at the whole time hanging onto my kayak. You know, it was full on windy, white capping, hanging onto my kayak, hanging onto 2 rods. And then, you know, then I had, thank you Yak Attack, saved my phone. And I had
This GoPro had the door off though because I had it plugged in. So that GoPro died, and lost 2 rods. So I had 4 rods. So the 2 rods that were sitting in here came out. So sorry, Kuma, the brand new rod you just gave me, it's gone. I did catch a big yellowtail, my biggest yellowtail just tripped so far on it, so came in handy, but now it's structure. But everything stayed. Actually, the lid did come open on this, but I think for the most part everything stayed in it. It was kind of weird. Like, I had a big battery in there, and leader line, everything stayed in it. It must have opened when I flipped it over. There's no way that stuff would have stayed in it while it was upside down. But I was upside down for a good, I mean, it felt like a half hour, but probably 10-15 minutes trying to get it flipped back over. I was trying to flip it over. The wind kept blowing it. I'd get it about halfway up and then the wind blew, so I came around to the other side and couldn't get it flipped. So what I had to do is jump totally on it and reach across. And first I caught my breath and actually reeled my rods in because one in the holder was out trolling, and then I just casted the other one, so I was going to be trolling my way back in. And so I laid on the bottom side of my kayak, reeled both my lines in, got them in my hand, both in one hand correct, so I can at least have a good grip with the other hand. Came to the back edge, reached over, grabbed the rail about right here, and then just fell off the opposite side. I was able to get it rolled back over. And then I came around to this side. I was on that side, but that knob was kind of in the way to climb in, so I went around to this side, which was, the wind was blowing how it is this way, so with the wind at my back, jumped onto there. Pedals were still in, phone was still in, fish finder was still on. The fish finder never turned off. But having this big fish finder on there, I think, was part of what made it hard to flip back over. A lot of weight down deep kind of thing. So, but I got it flipped over, got back in the boat, so I was alive at least, and took a tally. I lost a small box of hookup baits, 2 rods, and my hat. So you see, no hat. So one of my USA kayaking hats. And I had it floating right next to me, but I didn't have no hand to grab it. I think that did it. I mean, hopefully my phone comes back on. It turned off. That GoPro might dry out and come back on. But other than that, it happens. I got to find out how dangerous the Sea of Cortez is. It came up really quick. It was doable here, and out there was a little sketchy when I got out there, but it was totally, it's the seas that we were in the other day all day. But then all of a sudden that wind, just as soon as I got up there, just kicked up another 5 miles an hour or so, and all of a sudden those waves just got really steep and started breaking, started white capping, and I watched it happen. I seen the wave coming, and I was trying to kind of out paddle it kind of thing, and it just white capped right here, lifted this back corner up, and just tipped me over that way. It was just the wrong angle when that wave came, pretty much. But I'm alive. And then we went fishing still. You'll see a couple, I'll put a picture up of
and whacked them.
Yeah, a nice Pargo that I caught with my puffed up jacket, or life jacket.
That was a good look.
Yeah, and then I caught a grouper, and then we continued catching Pargo and grouper like that. But you know, the only camera we had was Chris's big camera, and it was too much of a pain in the butt to keep pulling that out. But I caught a 4 Pargo and 3 grouper. And we caught a bunch of spotties.
Yeah, countless spotties.
Yeah, and just right there by that boat, I just caught a 15-incher. It was a good spotty.
And that first grouper was solid.
Yeah, that was a solid one. Yeah,
8-10 pound grouper.
Yeah, and all the Pargo.
Those are the ones we need tomorrow.
Yeah, and the Pargo were good size too.
Yeah,
they're all decent sized Pargos. Oh, and trumpet fish, of course. We're getting a bunch of trumpet fish. So
no needlefish. Bit off by a few triggers.
Yeah, the triggers weren't bad at all, actually. Didn't go through much baits. But yeah, we just stayed right in the lee of this little point, just fished less than 10 feet of water all the way down
there and then paddled back up. We got a bunch of fish right here. We didn't need to go out there. So,
Expect the conditions.
yeah, and learn how to flip your kayak back over and get back in. But I knew when that wave was crashing, I felt it coming. I'm like, I'm dumping over right now.
This is gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm like, help, here we go. There ain't no fighting this, you know. And I leaned all the way to the opposite side. I knew it was coming, so I fought it, but it was done. It was over. And as I was going into the water, only thing going through my mind, do not let go of the kayak.
Yeah.
As soon as I hit the water, I just turned around, grabbed the kayak, you know.
If you get separated from the boat, you're not catching it. It's gone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
This is not the place to practice.
well, I practiced in San Diego Bay on accident once before. So, but I'm pretty strong and athletic, so I knew I'd be able to get it flipped over. And when I did flip it over, I looked back and Chris was still standing here, and he probably couldn't even see me. He couldn't even see me. I was out of sight out there.
I
So.
was trying to call you on the radio, and there was no reply.
Oh yeah, my radio's at the bottom of the ocean too.
Yeah. I just figured that the radio had not been turned on.
No, I actually turned it on.
No, you did.
But I had it sitting in my cup holder right here.
And I think it floats. Maybe if we go to
Oh, really?
the bottom of the bay,
go to the beach over there,
yeah,
you'll find it.
We'll locate it.
And my hat. Wild times. So the only bummer is I lost a brand new nice Akuma rod, and then the other rod was actually an I-rod that Ben gave me. Sorry, Ben Seacrest gave me an I-rod, and that one with a Stratic 5000 on it. So at least both the rods that I lost were given to me, so that's a plus, I guess.
And no one died.
and I didn't die. So that's today's adventure. We caught fish. It was fun catching that shallow water fargos and groupers and spotties. So tournament time tomorrow. We're gonna load up and be back in PAZ and fish the tournament tomorrow. The little fish camp, that's where we found a place to launch. Super easy launch, so we're able to back up to the water.
On a ramp.
Yeah,
Dug out.
dead
out most of the
dead
rock.
stingrays like everywhere. So, all right, catch you tomorrow. So we're driving down the road. Saw a bunch of birds working the beach here. All down there. We're gonna throw some casts off the beach and see what happens. We got something. Corvina? Yeah, Corvina. Almost too big to lift. Come here. Look at that. Oh, look at it spit a big old fish out. Hey, Chris! That white. Nice Corvina. Pretty rad. Alrighty. Start of day 2 tournament. Just getting off here. That rollover yesterday really screwed me up. I have no phone. So that means no navionics, no mapping, and my fish finder ended up dying. I don't know if it's the battery or the fish finder that's not working. So I'm zero electronics today. Fishing blind. And all those electronics didn't help me the other day anyway. So I know who the top 3 people are. I'm just gonna make sure I'm near them the whole day. I'm just gonna shadow them and fish. You know, down to 3 rods. Gotta wear this big bulky life jacket today. Because the other one obviously used up its air. But hey, I'm on the beautiful Sea of Cortez fishing. Actually, I just gotta not even worry about the tournament. It's not like I'm in the running. But still gonna fish hard as always. Fishing blind. So, see how it goes. Got something here. Oh, hear it. Sierra. On the troll. Hookup bait troll. 5/8 hookup bait. On the board. Hit the watermelon jack 5/8. Another good fish here. I just saw a marlin too. Saw a marlin, put my marlin hookup bait on. Just casted this bait out. Catch leader. Big skipjack, red crab hookup bait. So I don't know, you heard me say while I was catching that bonita, I put my marlin hookup bait on. That's the marlin hookup bait. The 8-inch bait, but it only has a 2-ounce head in it. Big 9/0 hook. So I've sight fished marlin before and had them light up on the hookup baits and chase them to the boat. One of my bucket lists to sight fish a marlin on this hookup bait. When I did it before, I had too heavy of a hookup bait. I was throwing a 4-ounce. It sank too much, so that's why I made this 2-ounce. Real slow, guys. It's kind of like our trout baits we make, the rainbow trout hookup bait. So it sinks a lot slower, so you can keep it up high for those finning marlin that are on the top. So I'm gonna keep it handy in case that marlin shows up again. And that's big points. Hopefully you can hook that guy on again. Like another bonita.
eat it. Whew. It just came up. Bonita, or skipjack. $28. Again, on my lighter rod, but it kind of feels like it might be a yellow. Oh, man, kind of right. Watermelon Jack. Skipjack number 3. The rest number 28. A shark? There's sharks here, guys. It's sharks.
About what?
Shark. They're those sharks. So if you're hooking yellows that you think you're losing, there might be sharks. It probably was a shark. Yeah, shark.
Shark on the Saltwater. That's what you'd expect. This has got two white teeth. I'm on one all the time.
I got 3 whites and a Sierra.
Comes off the white, comes off the fish, comes off the yellow.
Hey, but you're fishing in the beautiful Sea of Cortez. Cast this out while I deal with this fucking guy.
Jesus. Another shark. 28, just in case. Look at that spotty. A spotted bay bass. Spotty. How deep are we right here? 170 foot spotty. That'll take us. A 2-ounce hookup bait. 180 feet. $28. Spotted bay bass are wide open. Every drop. 2-ounce watermelon jig. Three others. 28. On the right kind now. On that same jig I gave you. Yep. I just got down there. I only did about 3 cranks and it just stopped. Kind of hit.
Oh no.
Ah!
That's the story of my freaking both days.
Fuck. I have no idea. I don't feel my jig on there. Oh. God, I needed that fish. Oh, my braid broke.
My braid broke too when I was reeling mine in.
What the hell?
50-pound braid, 30-pound leader, and the braid broke.
Yeah, I have the same thing here. So come to find out that when you're in an area with toothy critters like Sierra, mackerel, and needlefish, and stuff like that, that sometimes when you're fighting a big fish and you have a lot of line in the water, that school will swim through and one of them
will snip your line. And I'm thinking that's what happened here, because there is no other reason for that line to break, that, you know, where it did. So bummer it happened during the tournament though. I think it's another bonita. Another tuna. These guys are liking the red crab hookup bait. Big needlefish. Came off. He almost got back in the water. Needlefish. 28. Fish. Jesus. So here's how the scoring works for this type of tournament. So the 3 7s, that would be 3 skipjack. Now I did catch 6 skipjack that day, or white tuna is what a lot of guys are calling them too. So I caught 6, but only 3 of each species count. So that's the 3 7s. Then the 10 points was the Sierra mackerel. Then the 3 was needlefish. I got 2 needlefish. And then others, anything other than the listed fish, which would have been those spotted bay bass. I got 3 spotted bay bass. And then you get a bonus points because there's 4 different species. So that's a bonus points of 20 for 4 species. So the total would come out on this day is 60 points. Which is still not that great, but oh well.
Bueno amigos, vamos a iniciar con la premiación. Primero nos vamos con las mujeres.
First, we start with the medals for women. The gold medal, silver medal.
La medalla de bronce es para
Bronze. Bronze medal is for
de Argentina, Melina Ailín Polentaruti.
It would be good if like something even though you could zoom in. Actually, I can do this part. She's gold. I'll do this one.
Hey, buddy, I'm trying to film.
De México, segundo lugar con medalla de plata para Yesenia Patricia Hernández Hernández.
second place, silver medal.
There's the women's division, second place to Mexico, third to Argentina. No. Once we're up there, you should
Y
zoom
la
in.
campeona, la mujer que más pescó en este torneo, lamentablemente no está aquí, pero hay una persona que es su familia y va a tomar esta medalla de oro para nuestra amiga Annie Negal.
No es mío, no es mío. We love you, we wish you were here.
Fotografías.
Awesome job, Annie.
First woman gold medal.
The first one was 25.
Robert finally found a division he can win.
It's like the swimming team.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get canceled for sure.
It looks like the news from the last 2 years,
This is not a good one. I just realized, like, in the current climate.
Men's category.
Annie had to go home early.
The medal,
Oh, I've already got ideas.
bronze medal is
La medalla de bronce es para de México, Daniel Enrique Reyes Blanco.
Individual?
Paseño.
Is that individual?
What?
Is that individual?
I guess, yeah.
Did you understand? Is it individual?
Medalla de plata
Silver medal,
para nuestro gran amigo de Estados Unidos,
USA.
Lance Clinton.
Wow, he's more surprised than anybody. He told me he thought he was fourth or fifth. Proud of you, brother. This guy just had his gallbladder removed like 4 days ago.
Yeah, coach. That was legal bait, right?
En primer lugar, es decir, la persona que más acumuló puntos, que usó su estrategia para tener 307 puntos
Wow.
en estos 2 días de pesca, mi gran amigo de México, José Rubén Hernández.
Wow, 306 points.
Haciendo historia, hermano.
If I had had today twice, I'd have lost. You had
Muy bien, muy bien. Fotos. Todos.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, fucking land.
He thought he got fourth or fifth.
Ahora vamos con
Good job, Lance.
Good job, brother.
el campeonato por país, por nación.
Now, the first place
No.
in nation. Third place. Okay, sorry. The bronze place, the bronze.
La medalla de bronce es para Isla de Guam.
Good job, brother.
Appreciate it.
Guam.
We gotta hang out more for sure. Hey,
Cool guys.
Jimmy John's. guys from Guam, they're amazing. They've been such a pleasure.
Foto, fotógrafo.
Foto. Cheese, queso.
Okay, and now the second place in nations in that second Pan American tournament is.
El segundo lugar como nación es para, con 591 puntos,
591
Estados
points.
Unidos.
USA!
Got it. Good job, fellas. Good job.
Robert. There you go. Robert. Got it. Yeah. You get a picture of all of them? See, yeah. You get a picture of all of them? Yeah. He's grabbing video.
This is the other ones?
Yes, give it to team captain.
How are you going? Do you want to hold those?
For los otros. This is for the others of the teams. Yeah, for the other teams. Got a photograph.
Hermano, puede. Ay, lo siento. Soy un profesional.
Got my bling out. Nice.
Only half the team is here right now, though. This is half the team.
Can I get in?
I've been away from my whole life.
Yeah.
Come in.
It's okay.
Whiskey.
Who's got whiskey?
Brad. That's me.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Please don't go. Leave it over there. They wait
Yep.
over there. Okay. Don't go. Okay.
So la sensación de
Para sus amigos, faltan medallas para ellos.
que no vinieron.
I'll give them. Just give them to one person.
We got the rest of Robert already.
Y bueno, el primer lugar, 745 puntos para México.
Nos pichasearon.
Alrighty, tournament time is finally over. We fished 5 days in the PAZ for the Pan Am Kayak, Saltwater Kayak Fishing Championship, and 5 days of fishing, and unfortunately our two lowest scoring days were the two tournament days. So I think we finished somewhere mid-pack, but definitely wasn't a great showing by me and Chris, but our team, a couple of our teammates did very well and got us the silver medal, so that's cool. We got a silver medal, and congrats to our teammate Lance that got a silver in the individual. He's a stud. But you know, just the opportunity to be on the team and fish with these elite kayak saltwater anglers from all over the nation. You know, Maine and Florida and Texas and Alaska and California. I mean, they're, you know, handpicked people from all over the country to be on this 14-person team. So it was very cool to meet them, and to hang out with them, fish with them. So very grateful for that opportunity, even though I didn't do too swell in the tournament. It was still a great experience, and you know, happy to have it. So you know, the last, basically what happened, but we were getting high scores when all the fish were shallow earlier in the week. The hookup baits were working really well when the fish were 100 foot and less. In the last few days, it seems like all the fish pushed out deeper, and that's where the slow pitch jigging did better. So that's kind of what I chalk it up to, is what happened and why our scores dropped the last few days for me and Chris anyway, because all we used was hookup baits the whole time. So that's it. We're on the Highway 1 heading to Mag Bay. Tournament fishing is over, so we get to go fun fishing now. No stress. No game planning, no stress, no all that stuff that comes with tournament fishing, especially at the level, for this level. So that'll be the next video, would be Mag Bay. We're gonna end this one with right here. So hope you guys enjoy. Sorry about some of the camera work. It's hard to do clean camera work when you're trying to fish a tournament and stuff like that, but it'll tell most of the story. See you guys on the next one. Say bye, Chris.
I'm hiding over here. Thanks, guys. Yeah, we'll see you in Mag Bay.
Yeah.